Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be updating where I think Nvidia's stock price could be by the end of 2025. My previous prediction for where Nvidia's stock price could be for 2025 needs to be updated because of the new information that's come out regarding Nvidia's stock necessitates an upgrade to Nvidia's stock price prediction. We've got earnings per share upgrades, we've got changes in the multiples valuation, and I recently did a video, which I'll link to at the end of this one, where I upgraded my Nvidia 2024 stock price prediction. So my previous stock price prediction for Nvidia in 2025, I now expect that to happen in 2024 if you already saw that video. So in this one, I'm going to update my 2025 price prediction. So let's jump right into it.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, so one of the numbers I'm going to need to make this stock price prediction is Nvidia's next year earnings per share estimate. Now, analysts on Wall Street think Nvidia is going to deliver $30.24 in earnings per share next year. For us, that's 2025. For Nvidia, that's 2026. Annoyingly, companies are allowed to have fiscal years that differ from calendar years. So even though we're in calendar year 2024, Nvidia is in its fiscal year 2025. So next year, when we're in calendar year 2025, Nvidia will be in fiscal year 2026. So that will confuse things, but I'll try and remind you as many times as possible in this video because I get confused with this thing as well. I think it's annoying. I think all companies should be on a fiscal year that is equal to the calendar year, but I understand the difference because the actual reality on the ground, the actual business, may be structured in a different way that necessitates having a different fiscal year. So now that I've went on that tangent, let's get back to this prediction. So the $30.24 estimate for 2026, as you'll notice, has been upgraded several times in the last 90 days. From $23.76 90 days ago, up to $24 60 days ago, up to $24.70 30 days ago, and then a big jump to $29.87 7 days ago, and then another jump to $30.24 today. So you can see why I need to upgrade my Nvidia stock price prediction that I made a little over 1 month ago, because these numbers have increased by so much that it changes my outlook for the stock price, because the earnings per share estimate is a major component in my stock price prediction for Nvidia stock. Now, you'll have noticed if you saw this video where I did my stock price prediction for Nvidia, this was my update. So I've already updated. This will be my second update I'm doing on my Nvidia stock price prediction. That's how rapidly this stock price is moving higher. Now, I did place Nvidia stock as one of my top 24 stocks to buy in 2024 to signal how bullish I've been on Nvidia stock all year long. And so in this stock price prediction, I suggested that Nvidia stock price would be between $950 per share to $1,025 per share by the end of 2025. Well, I recently upgraded my 2024 prediction to suggest that's where the stock price will be by the end of this year. So I need to upgrade my next year forecast to be higher than where I think it's going to be this year, because I do think the stock price is going to be higher both by the end of this year and by the end of next year. So I also need Nvidia's current share price, which right now is at $899 per share. That's up significantly in the current year, but it's also up significantly in the last 2 years and 3 years and 5 years and 10 years. Nvidia's stock price has just been soaring. The business continues to innovate and upgrade itself, make itself more useful in more industries, and I don't see an end to that anytime soon. The competition is at least one step behind, if not more. If you want to take a more realistic look, I think the competition is probably 2 steps behind Nvidia in the GPUs for artificial intelligence. I also need Nvidia's price to earnings ratio, which as of this recording stands at 75.08. 8. So now that we have the major inputs, we can go to our valuation model. If Nvidia's earnings per share comes in at $30.24 as predicted for 2026, and the price to earnings ratio stays at 75, the stock price could end up at $2,268 per share by the end of the year if nothing else changes, if all else remains the same. You can see the potential for Nvidia stock here. Currently is trading at $900 per share, so that would be a huge increase from where it's at today. Although, I'll be honest, I don't think that's my base case scenario. I don't think that's the most probable outcome. I think the most probable outcome is a PE ratio of a lower amount than 75 for Nvidia stock. Remember, right now, its prospects for growth are excellent for this year and next year because we're in the initial stages of the AI boom. After this year and next year, AI is still going to be growing. The AI market is still going to be growing for, I feel, at least 2 decades. But it's just not going to be growing at the rate that it's been growing this year and next year. So it's going to slow down. And as that rate of growth slows down, I think the premium valuation for Nvidia stock goes down. So where could it go down to? Well, if it falls to a PE of 60, then the stock price could be $1,814 per share. If it falls to a PE of 50, then the stock price could be $1,500 per share. And if it falls to a PE of 40, the stock price could be $1,200 per share. So interestingly, even in a scenario where its PE falls from 75 all the way down to a 40, which is a big drop in a PE ratio, the stock price will still be up by roughly $300 or 33% over the next 2 years. So even in a downside scenario, you've still got upside in Nvidia stock. Now, there could be worst case scenarios, like if the PE falls to 20, then the stock price could fall to 600, which would be down from the current price of $900. This scenario, while there is a non-zero chance of it happening, I don't think it's very likely. I don't think the PE ratio will fall by all this much unless there's a big disaster surrounding Nvidia stock, more export restrictions that are way more detrimental than they are right now, and demand for the market falling, perhaps a competitor coming in and taking significant market share, taking a leap forward. Like, right now I mentioned Nvidia is 2 steps ahead. If there's a competitor that jumps in, let's say AMD comes out with some innovative GPU that takes 2 steps forward or 3 steps forward and leaps Nvidia, right? You can imagine how unlikely that scenario is for a competitor in this difficult cutting edge technology to just jump ahead by 3 steps and get ahead of Nvidia. That could be a disaster that drops its PE down. So there are some factors that could hurt Nvidia. But for the most probable scenario, I would say is a PE of around 50 by the end of next year. And my updated stock price prediction from the previous prediction of 950 to 1,025, I'm upgrading that prediction to between $1,300 per share to $1,500 per share. So I'm increasing my prediction, my price prediction by roughly 30% from my previous forecast. So a meaningful upgrade from my previous forecast for Nvidia stock price, which at the time I thought was extremely bullish. And now it's even that much more than where it's at right now. So that's my prediction. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked the video you just saw and you want to see more just like it, please subscribe to the channel. I can't keep this channel free without the support of viewers like you. And if you're already subscribed, thank you, and I appreciate your support.